What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister Diane,
What's up?
my brother Derek,
What's up, everybody?
and our friend Dan.
What's going on?
And this week, you guys, we are talking about The Batman, another Batman movie.
AKA Vengeance.
Yes, Vengeance. Movie just hit theaters this weekend, and it was a lot of hype around the movie. So we're going to give our thoughts. I figured we'll do a little bit of non-spoilers and just giving our overall kind of ideas of the movie, and then we can go into the spoilers of the movie afterwards. So,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Cool. I'm going to start off with, before I give my thoughts on the movie, I just want to say, okay, the theme song, does it sound like it's unfinished? Like, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like
Right.
it, but it's like, at some point you're like, oh yeah, it's like leading up to something hype, but
And it doesn't?
It doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. My problem with the theme song is like, maybe it is because I felt like they played it too much.
They did play it a
And
lot in the movie.
Yeah.
It's like every time Batman did something, they played it like Robert Pattinson breathes. Oh, it's like literally every time he did something, they were playing it. Like he throws a punch and we're playing it. And I'm like, I don't need it at every second. And I felt like it was played too much. Whereas like when I first saw the trailer, I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of like this. But by the time like halfway through the movie, I hated it.
Oh.
But I think that's a problem with most DC movies, that they overplay their theme songs and it's not special anymore.
Yeah, I did notice on one or two scenes where I was like, oh, why are they playing the theme right now? I could have saw you playing it. This was in the trailer, so I guess it's okay. When the Batmobile jumped through like the
Right.
little explosion, I could have
Yeah.
seen you playing it like
Right.
right there, like
Yeah.
yeah, dope, right? You know,
Right. Should be at special moments. It's like when the Avengers theme song come on, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so cool.
Right.
But then it plays and then it stops and then we don't. You know, it's like in Infinity War when Captain America showed up to save Vision and them. Which why does he need to save Vision? But whatever. Right? They play it when he comes on the scene. You're like, whoa.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like, okay, great, we played it, done deal. Let's move on to other things.
right.
Also, now that I think about it, was there any other music played?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
They
not
had that in the credits, the whole list of songs.
yeah.
Yeah, but even when they were showing that list of songs, I was like, when did these songs get played? Because I don't even remember hearing them during the movie. I did hear the different versions of the theme song.
Yeah.
The orchestra played it, then they had a little digital played, and like another version of it, but it was all the same theme song.
Was it in?
So
the
I don't
club,
remember
too?
hearing them other songs.
Like a hype
the
EDM
techno.
It's not
version.
as
Yeah, like a techno version.
But I will say that this movie kind of had like all the same type of music, like kind of, I don't know, is it rock or I don't know what genre this is.
I don't
But
know.
I feel like the other songs that were played were kind of all in that same genre that I typically don't listen to.
Okay.
But yeah, well, that was the theme. It's not a bad theme. It's just I just by the end of the movie I was like, I feel like something should come after that rather.
Well, I can tell you, at one point when the theme came on, I started like in my head playing the theme from the cartoon. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, this is what should be playing right now.
It does have some notes from that theme from the cartoon.
It does.
Yeah.
And so in my head, I was like, oh, I'm just going to finish the theme song for you. Yeah. But, you know.
All right, so my overall non-spoiler thoughts on the movie. First, I'm going to say this is a different kind of Batman movie. We haven't had a Batman movie like this, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I wouldn't say a different take on Batman, but a different approach to doing it in the movies. Obviously, I believe in the comics, especially like we just read year one, I think Batman was more like this. And I think they do stick to that kind of Batman from that comic book.
Yeah, I do like that he's more down to earth, more gritty. This wasn't like a superhero movie.
Yeah, it could have been a non-superhero movie.
Yeah. Which was completely fine. I'm fine with the different take on it. I'm still on the fence on whether how much I like this movie or not.
Okay.
And I say that as it's certainly not a bad movie. it's just walking away from it. I was like, did I like it?
Okay.
And 2 days later, I'm still like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I would agree with y'all. That it's different, but it's a good different.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had a Batman movie like this, and I really like that how it takes the elements of like certain things from the animated series, certain comic book arcs of Batman. So it's not just action filled throughout where we were getting before. So I do like that spin on it.
Yeah. I believe like last week we were saying like how like we get Batman movies all the time. So it's great since we get Batman movies all the time that they be different from each other.
True.
Because otherwise you get tired of Batman. And I don't never ever want to get tired of Batman.
Yeah, man. You got your 89s. You got your Batman Forevers. Whew, the Dark Knight series, and then this. Now, this one definitely has an element that was missing from all of those Batman movies, which is him being an actual detective.
Yes.
Like, actually detecting things.
He's not very good at it though.
Okay. All right.
He is not good. I was gonna mention that. I was gonna like I like that element, the like detective Batman. That's basically what the vibe that I got from the whole movie. Because he was like, finding clues. Like, all right, I'm gonna go question this person. I'm gonna ask him about this, that, and the other. And he basically just did what he wanted, and he was kind of like an extra police officer, basically, because every time they was at a crime scene, you know what I'm saying, he'd walk right in with, Jim Gordon or whatever. The other police wasn't feeling it, but it was like, yeah, he's like Detective Batman. So like I kind of like that angle on it, but like Diana said, he's not. That's not his strong point. He was not a good
He definitely got a few things wrong.
Yeah.
like this fool.
There was times I was like, bruh, sure did take you a long time to get to this point. Or then I was like, is that what you got from that? Because that's not what I got from that.
He got some stuff right, though. He got,
I was just
Alfred
like,
got some things right.
he's better at riddles than the Riddler. That's what I got.
You can figure out the
Should be
riddles.
Riddler.
Yeah. Speaking of different characters, there was definitely a cast of characters in there. We'll go into details in our spoiler section, but of course, you had Penguin and Catwoman and Jim Gordon.
Falcone.
Is it Falcone or Falcone?
It's Falcone, I believe.
Is it
Is it?
Falcone? I thought it was Falcone. It's Maroni and Falcone.
I thought it was
I'm
Falcone,
going to Google it
but I
right
also
now.
don't speak Italian, so I don't know.
I don't want
We
to come
probably
off
offending
as
a lot
Always
of
got
biased or anything.
for the Italian names.
No. Okay, wait. In the movie they pronounced it Falcone, didn't they?
Oh.
Carmine Falcone.
I thought it was Falcone.
Oh, sorry. I guess I just added
Yeah,
an E.
I might be wrong. I might just be used to Falcone.
Oh, no, that's wrong. Okay, so...
Yes, it is
Falcone.
Carmine Falcone.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, him. Without going into a bunch of details with a bunch of characters, I'll just go with Penguin. Interesting. Everyone knows Colin Farrell did that. You could not tell that was Colin Farrell.
Definitely.
Yeah.
At first I was like, wait, who's Colin Farrell playing? Because it's like I saw the Penguin and I was like, I don't think that's him. So it
Right.
must be playing somebody else.
Right.
So yeah, no, good job. Like couldn't tell it was Colin Farrell. I thought the Penguin was done pretty well. Honestly, I didn't dislike any of the characters.
Yeah.
I thought they
Me
were
too.
all done decently to great.
Yeah.
Even Jim Gordon.
We'll talk about him later. I said decently to great. He'll be in the decent category. But yeah, I thought the Penguin was done pretty well, and I think we were talking about this last week about like this movie seemed like what Gotham would have been, and after watching this, I feel like this movie is definitely what the TV show Gotham should have been.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More focus on the criminal element of Gotham than just fantastical people, which is what the TV show Gotham did. It's just like, oh, but yeah, let's just do
Yeah.
all these crazy villains, and it's like, yo,
Yeah.
You know, it should have been a more grounded, down to earth thing.
Yeah, it
which is
got
what we
weird when it didn't have to.
Yeah.
Well, my main hang up with Gotham was like, well, if all these villains are coming out now, and Bruce Wayne is a teenager, when he becomes Batman, these people are gonna be well in their 40s and 50s.
That's true because they were all adults.
Because they were already in their 30s when they became villains.
Well, the 40 is the new 20. You ain't know?
Oh yeah. As I get older, everything's a new 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say my one negative. I have some gripes, but my one flat out negative for this movie, it's just too long.
I was gonna actually. That's what I was thinking. Yes, that is my negative for this movie. I overall I'll enjoy the movie, but it's definitely too long. 3-hour runtime is too long. You feel it.
Yeah.
You actually feel that 3-hour runtime.
Yeah.
It could have been shorter. I don't know what they would have cut, but you could have
Yeah,
cut
I don't
some
know.
stuff.
I was thinking like, what didn't I want to see? I'm not sure, but I felt like by the time the third act rolled around, I was done.
Yeah.
Like I didn't, and especially since the third act was pretty weak in my opinion.
It was kind of just like the rest of the movie.
it did nothing for me. So
I didn't feel the act structure in this movie. You know how you get first act, second act. To me, the movie just started and ended. Like, you know, it was just all one thing.
right.
Yeah, it would take that like a month to finish this movie.
Yeah.
Because he'd keep falling asleep.
That's cool. All right. Well, any other thoughts on the Batman before we get to spoilers?
No, I think we're.
Pre-spoiler? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think we ready to go ahead and throw them spoilers in there because well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to spoilers if you haven't seen the Batman yet. Pause is here. Go watch the 3-hour long movie, then come back and listen to the rest of the podcast.
Like I was literally looked at my watch. It was like 11:51. I was like, dang, dude, it's like another hour and some change for this movie still. I'm like, oh my god.
I did the same thing. Now, granted, like I told you, like I went in the morning, right? Because I didn't want to be near people, so I went at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Same.
So not only is this movie 3 hours long, but my theater played a half an hour worth of previews.
Oh,
I only got 3
at,
previews.
My movie started at
It was a lot of
125. You only got 3?
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4.
No.
That's weird.
Like literally,
Yeah,
I
I
had to
did
look
get
at my
a lot
clock,
of
and it was just like, oh yeah, now it's 10:36, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I got another 3 hours
When
in
I
here.
went, the previews was literally 15 minutes.
Nah, it was a half an hour, like a legit half an hour.
Yeah. My movie was at 125. I got there at 140, and I saw 4 previews. I was late, 15 minutes late, and I still saw 4
Yeah, I
previews.
got there like mine was at 10:45. I got there at 11, and I still saw genuinely 3 or 4 more previews before the movie started. I'm like,
Oh, wow. If y'all would have went with me in the beginning of the movie, would have already
I
started.
should have, because 12:30 rolls around, like I'm ready to go home now, and I'm like, I got like 45 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
get out
yo,
until
I
5
came
p.m.
for breakfast. I'm leaving for lunch.
Hey, yeah.
yeah, I should have smuggled with some snacks in because I was definitely hungry by the time that was over. I was starving.
Not cool. Yeah, like my stomach was like eating itself. Like, yo.
Ah,
That
man, I
didn't
had
matter.
some
Disturbing the
popcorn
other
and
guests
some
in the movie.
candy,
I'm like,
and
what's
I got all the stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that $9 for a small popcorn. I thought about y'all. I'm like, y'all insane to be paying these prices.
I got a
20%.
No, I
medium
didn't do that.
popcorn.
I did not do that.
Y'all, I don't.
It wasn't that good. I was like, why did I get popcorn? This wasn't good.
Sometimes movie theater popcorn it hits.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be like, did y'all even try?
It depends on who making it because it all comes down to anybody can fill a bucket with popcorn, but it all comes
Right.
down to how you put that butter in there.
Mhm.
You got to
Yeah.
do it in layers. Don't fill the
Yeah.
bucket up, then put the butter on.
I think
Fill up
that's
like a
what they
third
did.
of the way.
Just put it on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Like
I asked them to sprinkle the salt in intermittent too.
See, you got to do that because it's that movie, that salt that they use.
Man, that movie theater salt.
The movie salt.
How do you make different salt?
It tastes
It
different.
tastes
Tell me
different.
it don't taste different.
You know how I know it tastes different? They sell movie theater salt at the grocery store.
That ain't salt, dude. I don't know what that is.
It's like scraping off the movie theater floor.
It's
Right,
it's
use
potassium
salt.
chloride. I'm not sure we
Use
should be eating it. All right. Anyway, the Batman. All right. The opening of this movie is so weird. You got
Wait, what was the opening?
with the Riddler looking through some binoculars,
Oh,
breathing
and
hard.
breathing. I was like, please don't let this be Batman. Because I was like, if this is Batman, if he got to breathe this hard to sneak up on
needs to do
people,
some more
I'm already
cardio.
mad. Because he is out of shape if he's breathing
Right,
this
he was
hard.
Batman was being creepy at one point too.
Oh
But,
my!
Yes, he was. Yes,
I'm
he
like,
was.
what is
I was gonna
happening?
mention that. Like, yo, bruh, and she didn't rest without.
But I think
Not
that
cool.
binocular scene with the Riddler went on a bit too long. I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was
I'm
like,
tired
all right,
of
come on.
hearing this dude's weird breathing in my ear.
And I went in XD, so that breathing was really heavy.
Was your chair
Yeah,
rattling?
right. You had to look behind you, make sure somebody wasn't breathing on you.
Yeah, like I could feel the air blowing across me every time he exhaled.
So I do like the opening introduction to Batman. I thought that was a really good set of scenes when you have the
With the
bat
narration.
signal and everybody seeing it, and then like they see quote unquote Batman in the shadows. Now he's not really there, but I thought that really highlighted like what he set out to do, setting fear in criminals. So they're like, oh, is Batman there? I think he's in there. He's in the around the corner or something. You know, I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it is like showing like the effect he has on people. So even when he's not there, he has an impact on what are people doing.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Oh,
like he said, even in the narration, because like the beginning, I really love the beginning of the movie. I feel like that was a real good setup. Because like even he said, the city is big, I can't be everywhere at once. But he says they feel like I'm there in the shadows. Like it really set up like how scared criminals are of Batman because of what he's done, and you know just that image that he presents. The bat signal goes up, and they all get scared, start running, drop everything, basically, even if he's nowhere like around them. You know what I'm saying? So like I kind of like that fear setup because it kind of gets you ready for what type of Batman this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what we didn't talk about before was the cinematography of this movie. I thought it was shot well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like,
no weird, awkward angles, zoom in.
No, but like the perfect usage of lighting. It was gloomy when it needed to be gloomy, bright when it needed to be bright. I just
Yeah.
thought like even when we're saying like that opening scene, it's like, you know, you're looking into a shadow and it's just like, is he there?
Right.
And I just thought like it portrayed like just the emotion of what people were going through in those scenes. So I thought like this movie was shot incredibly well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that opening scene, if it wasn't for the trailers, we wouldn't have known what like crime scene Batman was going to show up at.
Right.
You know, now we all knew because in the trailer we saw him beat up some dudes with the paint on their face, so we're like, okay, that's where Batman's going to be. But like, if you didn't see that trailer, this whole scene while they're looking in the shadows, you would be like, oh, is Batman there? Is he gonna pop up and hit him? You know, like
I mean, I was still like, I mean, okay, maybe there's more scenes that he's gonna pop up in. Like maybe this is not all the same night. Like that's what I was thinking. I'm like, hey, maybe you know he's gonna pop up here, not here, pop up here, not here. Like that's what I was thinking about because it just felt.
it felt what?
Yeah, I think we lost you for a second.
we
We lost
there.
you.
But we got you.
Oh my bad, I got cut off. But yeah, like it felt like he could pop up at any second. Like even though you saw the previews, it still felt like okay, he might pop up here. Like I think I can't remember what was happening. Like dude was robbing a store or something like that. But it was like some kind of dark corner, and I
Oh,
could have
yeah.
sworn I saw
Mhm.
him in there, and I was like, is he gonna pop up? But then he never did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might have just been my mind playing tricks, but like it really felt like that. So yeah, I like that initial setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that first scene with him being okay, his entrance, I both like and don't like it. Like I like it because it created this because he's like walking in, but you can hear him walking. It's like like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park walking. I like it because it creates that sense of like uneasiness, but then also I don't know. Batman's supposed to be quiet, isn't he?
Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, he's supposed to be stealth, and I'm like, even though he's coming from the shadow, you know he's coming. Now, I did get the feel like, okay, when is he coming out the shadow?
Right.
Because I felt like he was walking for a minute, because you hear the footsteps. And I was just saying, I'm like, if them boots are that loud, that is not conducive for jumping.
He rocking them Doc Martens.
No, I think he was
Doc
stomping.
Martens.
He was doing it on purpose because remember he still had those scenes where he's like with Gordon and Catwoman and stuff, and then he just disappears. So you can't just disappear if your boots make all that noise.
Do you think he got like a switch on his shoes or something? Like when I
He's
want
just
to.
like, I'm gonna be loud now.
There's something on the utility amplifies it.
I was like, man, why his boots so loud? Like,
Them Doc
But
Martens.
yeah,
Nah,
they probably-
yeah.
yeah.
But that first guy
Six-year-old
got
Doc
got it handed it to him.
He was rocking the Yeezys.
Oh, my goodness. So,
You seen them things? You trash.
Yes, they're trash.
yeah, people paying for them. Man.
It's getting ridiculous.
So, all this gets like we get the setup of basically what the rest of this movie is going to be from there because he goes to the crime scene, and basically it's Riddler sending them all on a wild goose chase. Well, sort of stringing them along till he gets to his point by the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I thought that was intriguing. While it kind of the pacing of this movie is slower. But I did like the noir type of feel to everything. Again, it just felt like it went on too long, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like I don't think the pacing was slow. I just think the movie was too long. Like you could have taken out one of the clues
Yeah.
or something. Like something to cut this movie by a half an hour. Yeah, it's not like I ever felt like it was moving too slow because like, yeah, they're following the clues to the next up, which was fine. I didn't have an issue with it. It was just, honestly, the movie could have ended after they captured the Riddler.
Yeah.
And I get why it didn't because it basically is just like, hey, you guys still didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, we could have did it without the whole third act because to me the third act, outside of showing the growth of Batman, we could have did without it
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
because it was just so pointless. Anyways, he beat the bad guys in like 2 seconds.
True. He didn't have
Yeah, he
no
really
trouble
did.
with anybody.
Yeah,
Well, the shotgun,
He
but
got shot in the
got shot
chest.
with a shotgun.
yeah. Yeah.
After
And
he
he-
I
had-
mean, even
after
with
he got- already
even with
got
a
shot like
bulletproof
5
vest,
times.
you feel that.
Yeah,
Right.
he was almost gone. He only like Catwoman saving him. He's over there on the ground like, oh.
I mean, he got shot like 5 times before that.
Yeah.
Then he gets
I
shot
have a
at point
question.
blank.
This guy, like, you shot Batman, right? And he's hanging on.
Oh
and
my
stuff.
goodness, that was
Why
the
he aimed at
slowest.
his cow? First of all, it was super slow. I'm sorry if the only portion of his face that's open is the mouth portion. That's where I'm shooting. Like, if I have the time, like, obviously, if you're shooting at him from afar, you're not going to be like, all right, aim at his face. But you have the time, and you're going to try and aim at his head. Obviously, his suit's bulletproof. That probably still would have killed him, but you can't be sure. But if it went through his mouth, it would have been fine.
Well,
Shoot through the opening.
like one of
Whatever's
my,
open
my
is not
nitpicks
covered.
is this whole movie. Clearly, his suit is bulletproof.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Right.
And everybody keeps shooting at
and
him.
you kept shooting him.
Yo, that scene at Falcone's was dope, though.
It was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Yeah,
But
when he
still.
got off the elevator.
Yeah, the hallway Darth
hallway,
Vader scene.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna just call it that Darth Vader scene because it's just like that Darth Vader scene
What Darth Vader scene?
from Rogue One.
Rogue One.
And
At
Darth
the
Vader.
very end of the movie.
Yeah.
Did I see Rogue One?
Did you? I don't know if you did. It was a
Everybody dies
standalone
at the
movie.
end.
Everybody dies.
It's an unhappy ending.
Is Han Solo in
Nope.
it?
No.
I did not see it.
Okay.
Okay.
It has none of the people.
All you got to do is just watch the last scene.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's the
actually
only
pretty
scene
dope.
that Darth Vader is in.
Like it's another hallway scene that like Netflix coined apparently, and
with the Defenders.
yeah, every one of them had a hallway scene. And Darth Vader comes in and like all the guards are like, stop him, and they're all shooting
Right.
at him and stuff, and he just walks down the hallway with his
It's just
lightsaber like force choking and throwing people. It was a dope scene.
Is this on Disney Plus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch the movie. Just go there.
Yeah,
Oh,
just go
I
to the
plan
last
to
scene.
fast
You could
forward
probably
to the end.
YouTube this scene.
Or do that even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, just to be like Rogue One, Darth Vader scene.
All right.
Yeah. So, that scene was dope. There was a lot of good scenes. How y'all feel about the Batmobile?
I like it.
I love this Batmobile.
I like it.
This is like my
Yeah.
favorite Batmobile.
I was gonna say, always number one. I feel like it's the animated series
Yeah.
Batmobile. 89 Batmobile, and then I had Batman Forever's.
No,
This one
man.
is-
Come on. Batman Forever's was okay. Man.
This one is better than Batman Forever's.
It's definitely better. Than
Definitely
Batman
better than Batman.
Man,
Forever.
Batman Forever, man, everything lit up.
So,
Everything in
And
the
the-
movie lit up.
yeah, the whole movie was neon.
You like my jacket?
Keeps me safe when I'm jogging at nights. Now, that's not the Riddler we got.
No,
it
are we?
isn't.
Wait, are we still talking about the Batmobile or not?
Yeah,
Yes,
talking
yeah, we talk about the
Sorry.
Okay,
Batmobile.
goodness.
My bad.
Did you like the Batmobile, Dan?
I did like the Batmobile. I thought the reveal was also pretty dope because first you just hear it, and then you see it,
Yeah.
and then it shows like the engines, the turbos, and all the thrusters. You know what I'm saying, revving up, and it looks like nobody can outrun this thing, which they can't unless you're going against oncoming traffic, obviously. But
Right, or
on the
causing.
straightaway, nothing is going to outrun this thing, and it's like, that's the Batmobile.
Yeah, I mean, it was solid, dope. Like I felt like they put some thought into it, unlike another movie where it's just like, what is this nonsense?
I guess you're
Tumbler.
talking about Mr. Christian
People
Bale.
like the Tumbler.
The Tumbler.
That's so trash. Like that
People
is
like
not.
it.
It's not the Batmobile. It's not even close to being a Batmobile.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
It's just a
It
take.
really
It's a
was.
tape.
It was not a Batmobile.
Like y'all didn't even try.
The Batwing didn't have wings in the Nolan film. Y'all notice
It was
that?
a hovercraft or something.
Yeah, but but yeah, no, what I did like about it because it had accents of like it was a car, just a regular car, but then like it had these like slick features and you could barely see it kind of in the darkness, but you could tell that like, okay, this is a Batmobile.
Yeah.
Like it had a nice little marriage between
Well, it seems like something someone would have actually built.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
bought it and modified it themselves.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like
this
Christian
is-
Bale, he just bought it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that and like
It's a better edition of the Fast and the Furious when they be trying to soup up their cars.
yeah, like that and like Dan said, the introduction to the Batmobile was pretty tight. Like that whole scene with him chasing down the penguin
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
pretty tight. I mean, I
One of
do
my
have
favorite scenes of the movie.
some nitpicks about that. Like I am concerned about how many people died.
Oh,
lot
a
of
lot.
people died.
A
Just-
lot of
Yeah,
people
a lot of
died.
people
died.
It was a
They
lot of
definitely died.
casualties.
Or like, are we cool with that? And Jim Gordon's like, oh hey, we got the penguin. I'm like, but
Yeah.
you murdered like 50 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a reason why police chases aren't like
Yeah,
they do happen, but they try not to do police chases.
For that very reason.
because people die
People
and
die.
you destroyed an entire highway. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that,
okay.
and you could have probably let them go and find them another area or something.
Like he's not gonna be at the Iceberg Lounge later.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not leaving the city. So,
Now, I did have a nostalgic feeling about the Batmobile because it also kind of made me think of the Adam West. Because it was like, it was an actual car.
Yeah.
But then it was like you said, Diane, like souped up and like someone actually put this together. So it was like I had that feel with it, and then like with the turbo finds that made me think of the animated series Batmobile as well.
Yeah. So, are we gonna let's talk about actual characters, I guess, throughout the movie.
All right.
Start.
Oh, before you get to that, I was like with the car chase scene, him walking to the car and his boots making that sound. Then I was like, now that was perfect, because Penguin is in the car upside down because the car is flipped over,
Right.
And he just slowly walking to him, dude.
You know,
And he turns it on and off.
Penguin should have been so
He should have been dead.
Yes.
that
I was
car.
like, is he wearing his seatbelt?
He was wearing his seatbelt.
He was wearing a seatbelt.
If you're in a car chase, wear your seatbelt. I mean,
But yeah, no, like the number of times he flips over, just the whole thing, just so ridiculous.
he was all right. Like nothing happened.
Oh yeah,
No
nothing
car
was broke.
scratches, no
No,
nothing.
no scars.
Yeah, he was perfectly fine.
crazy. But I do agree, like Batman walking up to him while he's hanging upside down, and then like just looking. And the
Oh,
window,
yeah.
like-
See,
Nah,
that,
that
was
was
funny
creepy.
when he leaned over and looked. Like, hey there.
Hello.
like, oh, you're still there. All right.
That was funny.
All right.
All right, so the characters.
Yeah. Let's start with Batman, of course.
Okay.
Robert Pattinson, Batman.
I like him
actually-
as Batman.
I actually like him as Batman. I think he did a decent job. Bruce Wayne, however,
No,
God say, do you like him as Bruce Wayne?
oh
no.
no,
really.
no,
No.
no, 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 no.
no, he looks very
He looked like
sickly.
he's still an orphan. He just aged out, but he stopped being an orphan. Like that's what it looked like to me.
Oh, my
He don't look like he got money.
He does not look like he has money.
So I'm going to incorporate some of my movie facts in this about where they got some of these character inspirations from.
Mhm.
So I would say I thought Robert Pattinson did a good job. I mean, I still don't think he has the face for it, but he is a good actor, and I thought he did well.
I thought his face was good in the mask.
I don't know. Nah, I need more
Anybody
Anybody
square
else
jaw.
bad.
think his mask just looks like Robert Pattinson with battery? I was like, you
Yeah.
can definitely
Yeah, I was
tell
like,
that's
I'm
Robert
definitely-
Pattinson.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Definitely
nobody
the
else
one-
knows this is Bruce Wayne, guys. God,
Yeah.
it's literally him. Come on.
Yeah, I want more square jaw. But okay,
he got a jawline. No.
I said more square.
Okay, fine. You
more
look like
triangle.
the 80s carts and the 90s cartoon.
Right, the 90s
Batman.
cartoon.
No one's jaw
It
is
doesn't
that
have to,
square.
it doesn't have to be rectangle. No, but just more square.
that is definitely 90-degree angle.
You didn't make that square. Just more. His face is a little narrow to me,
Okay.
Okay.
and
all right,
you know,
all right.
if he had a little bit of a bigger head, it might be better. But whatever. But I will say no. Bruce Wayne is a giant no for me. So they took inspirations from Kurt Cobain, which is the guy from Nirvana,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and Robert De Niro's character in Taxi Driver. You know, the
Oh.
crazy taxi driver.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, that's who y'all saw as Bruce
Well,
Wayne?
I think what we gotta realize too, this is year 2, so he hasn't yet like they said, Bruce Wayne was a recluse and stuff, and people are like, oh wait, Bruce Wayne is out. So he hasn't yet put together that whole I need to do this persona of Bruce Wayne, because he was definitely Batman with or without the suit on.
Yes.
Like,
Sure.
He
Yes.
did not change.
I hope you are correct about that. I thought about that too, that maybe this is like, you know, him having to grow into showing like Bruce Wayne being a mask. And, you know, until he turns into that billionaire playboy. And I'm hoping, because I was thinking like, oh, you know, well, you know, he got to grow into that role or whatever. I really hope that's true. So the next movie come around, my Bruce Wayne, first of all, eat a sandwich.
I was gonna say eat a
He was
steak.
small. He was small.
Just a little
He's some
small.
potato.
Well,
He's
he's
some
got to be
potatoes.
agile. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but he looked like he just got a rehab or something.
I mean,
I'm
all right.
just-
Did you want Batfleck? Because he was huge.
he didn't have to be that big, but tell me his face didn't look a little sunk into you.
But Affleck was the Dark Knight Batman,
which
in the comic
honestly,
book.
I was fine with that.
which that Batman is big.
Yeah, super muscular. Like,
I'm fine with
doing
that.
CrossFit.
I have no issues with that whatsoever.
Okay. All right. Well,
No issues with
Of course
that. You can be big and look good in a suit. Ben Affleck looks good in a suit.
Batsuit was pretty bad.
a suit, not the bat.
Okay.
What is wrong with you?
She did say a
A
suit.
suit? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, a lot of people can look good in a suit.
Everyone does not look good in a suit.
Depends on how you wear
That's
it.
true.
Everyone cannot wear a suit.
Yeah, well,
But my point was, as big as he was, he still pulled off the normal everyday guy look.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, like I said, yeah, this Robert Pattinson, he was definitely Batman like all
Yeah.
the time.
Yes.
Yeah, if you do the Ben Affleck comparison, you would not have thought of that Bruce Wayne being Batman.
Yeah.
Right.
You would not have thought that.
So, like, yeah, so I'm hoping this is a character growth moment. And then eventually we get the Bruce Wayne we all deserve, because I still don't think we have gotten a good Bruce Wayne yet.
Yeah. Well, he also
That would
has
be
to-
cool if this is a character development thing. Like, I mean, that would like take us through that journey instead of just, snapping your fingers and all of a sudden he's this,
Right.
swagged, you know what I'm saying, billionaire or whatever. Like, yeah, let's take us through that. That's cool. I'm good with that.
Yeah, but Bruce Wayne should have some swag. He
He
do not
should.
need to be looking dusty, because I don't know where he got that Target suit from, but let's not ever wear that again.
All right.
Well, because he never goes out. So
Yeah,
when he was like,
clear about that.
when he was asking Alfred, and Alfred was like, "You need to wear cufflinks." Like he was going to go
without
with
coupling.
a shirt without a cufflinks.
Yeah, but look, you're a billionaire. Tell me that shirt costs $1,000.
Maybe
It might.
it might
didn't.
have, but
maybe it was secondhand $1,000.
but he never wears the shirt, so it's just sitting there.
Oh no, Alfred, hook your boy up.
maybe it was Alfred's shirt.
Alfred was dressed nice.
All I know is in all of the Batman movies with this mansion makes me want to not want a mansion. You're never going to fill those rooms with enough furniture.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Definitely too much room for anybody.
Too much room.
You had a room with a chain on the door. I can't put a chain on any of my doors. I need that space.
You know what I was thinking? Like, in all the old movies, I always thinking like, how does Alfred keep this entire house clean? So
I am
like the
glad
fact
in
in this movie
yeah.
there were other people, because
Yeah.
there's no way Alfred can keep that entire
Yeah, it
house
would have to
clean.
be
No.
more than just him and Alfred.
Yeah.
I never really thought about that, but yeah, that makes sense.
Plus, they just don't use the whole house. He only uses a few rooms, so he only has to clean those few
Does
rooms.
he only use 6 rooms?
That's a lot,
Probably.
but still.
Yeah, the other rooms are gonna get
That's
dusty.
fine.
Yeah. If you don't clean them, they'll turn, I don't know, stale and gross.
There's gonna be spiders everywhere.
Gets to it off
And
screen.
centipedes.
Yeah.
Said he does it off screen.
All right. So.
Sorry, so that's Bruce and Batman.
Yeah. So. Alfred.
I liked them.
I liked Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
as
Andy
Ben Alfred.
Serkis as Alfred was pretty good. Like,
He didn't have
I
a
don't think
big
there's
role.
been a bad Alfred though.
no.
Not a bad Alfred. I mean, if I had to say least favorite would be the Batman Forever one.
Yeah.
You
I
know
know that's
he's
the same
it's
Alfred in
Alfred.
all 5 movies.
Oh, for real?
All 4.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I like them more in the earlier movies.
It's just because it's Batman Forever
Okay.
and Batman and Robin.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it was
that
the
way-
same guy.
I never heard of this Batman and Robin. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Okay, yeah, no, I
So-
thought Andy Serkis did a good job. I can tell you what, Bruce Wayne needs to stop being mean to Alfred. I'll tell you that. I'm like, you need to stop being smart. like-
Alfred was.
It's a love-hate relationship
Yo,
that he
no,
has
no,
with
no,
Alfred.
no. There should be no hate towards Alfred.
Yeah.
Well, when? When are you talking about?
When Alfred was basically like, bruh, get out the house. And he's like, you're not my father, Alfred. I'm like, man, Alfred, go get your gun. Like, what is this?
All right.
That was
Right.
uncalled for.
Wow,
Right.
that escalated quickly.
It
Alfred's
did
like, you
escalate.
need to wear cufflinks. And he's like, are you a Wayne, Alfred? I'm like, you know what, Bruce? What if Alfred stopped paying your bills? Because clearly you don't know how to do it.
Yeah. And apparently Alfred taught him how to fight.
Well, Alfred was in the British Secret Service.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Alfred got them hands.
Yep.
Should have took him to therapy while you was teaching him how to fight.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
should've
probably
took
should've
therapy.
took him to
Maybe he
therapy.
wouldn't have ended up Batman.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely
what
felt
Batman
that.
needs. He just needs a therapy.
He needs therapy.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Catwoman.
I think her and Robert Pattinson has very good chemistry. definitely better than the last movie. Um, Although I'm kind of like I want to see her again because I don't think she had like a ton to do in this movie.
Yeah, she had a pretty good fight scene.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I kind of wanted more.
Yeah. If they did a Catwoman movie with her, I think that would be pretty good. They can do a Catwoman movie.
You think they could? Honestly, I'm like, yo, put her in the next two movies. Why not?
Yeah, or have her come back.
Yeah.
And it's Zoe Kravitz. I can't see them not putting her in the next couple movies because I mean, like I said, she did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see more
Yeah.
from her, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she did well. She did well in this movie. Catwoman had a little bit of a use in the movie. She was used throughout. Batman had his little pervy scene looking at her with his binoculars. I don't know.
I was looking like, man, how far are we about to go with this?
I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
why are
like-
you watching her undress, my dude?
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Like, put the binoculars down, let her get dressed, and then we'll
Yeah,
come back.
I'm like,
to
or if you want to see if she leaves, just watch the door.
it.
Like you did not have to watch her get undressed.
Yeah,
And following her with the motorcycle, you're not going to hear another motorcycle following you.
Yeah, how did you not? I was thinking that when he started following her, I'm like,
Yeah, they're both on motorcycles.
you're going to see the other motorcycle
behind.
behind you.
They're the only two owners in Gotham City. Nobody else had a motorcycle.
No one else has a motorcycle.
I'm like, that's gotta be. It's gotta be. that.
Her story arc was okay with Falcone being her father.
Mm-hmm.
That was taken from the Long Halloween.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, that was an interesting. Like at least it gave her a motivation for
Yeah.
what she was doing.
Otherwise, she has no point of
Yeah.
the movie, really.
True.
It was taken from the Long because in at least I did not read the comic. I watched the movie. In the movie, Batman was just like, "Why are you always around here?" And it's basically because he was her father, and she was like basically tracking him down. So makes sense. Like, why are you always here? Because she basically was trying to take this dude out of the game.
Mhm.
Not sure how I feel about that, but all right.
Hey man.
All right. So y'all mentioned Gordon. I'm gonna let y'all say y'all piece about Gordon. I thought Gordon was okay.
I liked him as Gordon.
You liked him as Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, all right.
I
All right,
don't
Diane.
even-
Let us know.
Right.
Dan, what's your thoughts?
I'll say he's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
I will give him that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Jim Gordon, I mean, he wasn't good at his job either. Like, I mean, like him and Batman as a detective team, not the greatest. Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh.
But as far as an actor, I think he was good. It was just maybe it's just weird to me because I'm used to a different type of Jim Gordon. Maybe that's what it is.
He was definitely
was a
not
bit-
good at being a police officer because
No.
I'm sorry, you don't put strange USB drives in your computer, Jim Gordon.
I was thinking that too. I was just like, you just put this in your work laptop. Like, first of all, use a brand new blank one. Like, what in the world? He's like, oh, you just got to upload it to the internet from my account.
Yeah, they're emailing this from my
Yeah.
account. Like, yeah, maybe don't use your computer for this,
Like,
Jim
what are
Gordon.
you talking about? First of all, Batman's like, Batman, you want to plug this in? I'm about to plug it into my stuff. Like, what
Yeah,
is
don't you
this?
have like a back computer we can plug it into that's gonna, prevent all this from happening?
Yeah, just so ridiculous. But back to Dan's point about Jim Gordon. Like, I think Jeffrey Wright is a good actor. It's just something about this Gordon didn't hit with me. He just didn't feel like Jim Gordon.
Yeah, he just
He was-
felt like any other cop.
I was gonna say he was like a guy in the street.
hmm
And I don't know if it was how he portrayed the character or how the character was written. I do not know. It's just he just wasn't Jim Gordon.
Okay.
Nah.
I liked him as Jim Gordon. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
Y'all delusional. No.
To each his own. To each his own.
Okay.
Or you can be diplomatic like that. To each his own. I'm like, you're wrong.
Okay. So we got them. All right, the Riddler.
Wait.
Wait, what?
Should we save him for last?
Oh, okay, let's talk about Riddler last. Penguin then. We already pretty much mentioned.
I was worried about Colin Farrell acting when they cast him. and I didn't know like how Penguin was going to be. But he did a good job. That's Penguin.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I like it a
different
lot.
take on Penguin, but I did like the take on Penguin. It was cool.
Yeah.
He was an entertaining character. He was a really entertaining character. Like as far
Mhm.
as whenever Batman interacted with him, especially when they
Mhm.
caught him in the car and they tied him up, and then they left him there, and he was like waddling away like a
Yeah,
penguin.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And
like,
he's
yeah,
gonna be back, obviously.
yeah,
He
yeah.
will be. We'll save some of those thoughts for later. No, I really liked them. They took inspirations from Fredo from The Godfather. I was like, Fredo though.
Mm.
Fredo was soft.
Mm.
Then he
Well,
got his father killed. But whatever. Apparently, that's where they took the inspiration
Well,
from.
Penguin is a pushover.
Pretty
Like he just followed whatever anybody told him.
Well, that's disappointing. But yeah. So, but yeah, no, I thought it was very interesting. Like I thought Colin Farrell did a good job. I mean, like he wasn't even recognizable with all the prosthetics and the suit and stuff. So I thought it was great. I thought it felt he fit well with the rest of the storyline because it was
Yes.
focusing on the mafia and the corrupt police force and all of that. And I think it goes back to like Gotham, like how that's like how the Penguins were introduced, like how he wanted to gain power in the underworld.
Yeah.
And this was just like, yeah, we're gonna take that and then we're just gonna like do it better. I will say, and I know this may be childish, I was disappointed that Iceberg Lounge did not feature any ice whatsoever.
Okay. All right.
I was just like, because in the cartoon, there's like, look, I get it's not
It's
gonna
an
be like,
ice ring and a giant shark.
No.
yeah, and there's like seals, and I'm like, man, can we at least get a fish tank up in here?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
No.
I liked it because I mean it's just a name.
No.
It's just a name.
I
Like
didn't even think
clubs
about
just use a name.
Not always. Not
Okay.
always, because like the
All right, so
you gonna maintain ice in the
so
building?
Moet, did they just sell Moet? Did they even sell Moet in Moet?
Look, all I know is there's this spot in Vegas where it's called like I don't know something below, and it is cold in there.
Okay.
So that's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
All right.
Okay.
Goodness.
I know if I was them bouncers, I would have quit my job after Batman beat me
the
up the first
twins?
time.
He's like, "Do you know who I am?"
He kept coming to that door. You know why?
That was pretty clever. But yeah, so I was a little disappointed. I mean, look, you could have just threw in that one little cartoony little bit, and I'd have been
No, nothing cartoony in this movie.
just a little bit.
Yeah, no, I was cool with it.
Yeah, you could have some polar bears or something.
Oh,
I
the
would
polar
not have
bears.
been mad
Oh,
at you.
yeah.
Wait, no, isn't that Mr. Freeze with the polar bears?
Yeah, but it's the
Yeah, that was
Iceberg
Mr.
Lounge, you
Freeze.
could have some polar bears like roaming around or something.
Oh. All right, we talk about it after we talk about all the movies. Okay.
Okay.
Did we talk about Falcone?
We did not talk about
We
Falcone.
did not talk
We
about
could talk about
Falcone.
Falcone.
All right, it's okay.
Okay.
I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked him.
I did, he had to grow on me throughout the movie because at first I was like, this guy's Falcone?
Yeah.
And then I was like, after a while, I was like, all right, I buy it. Interesting enough, he was inspired by Whitey Bulger, who was a mafia guy out of Boston. While you guys give me weird looks.
I was just like, oh, okay. Yep.
Because Johnny Depp played him in the movie.
Yes, thank you.
He went to go
man.
see him in prison to like talk to him, and he was like, "No, I'm not gonna give you any insight on how to play me in no movie," because he was just like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Right.
But-
So it took forever for him to basically like lock this guy down. He finally went to jail in like 2011, and then he was murdered in prison in 2018. We're going to get to that. But
boy.
basically, so this is where Falcone and him kind of coincide, is that Whitey was a mob boss and also an informant for the FBI. And he was in charge for like 20 years while being the mob boss and then also like turning in people to the FBI. He did in fact have cops and FBI agents on his payroll.
Oh.
And then they finally caught him because eventually like his handler took him off like, yo, they're coming after you. So he finally goes to jail in like 2011. But in 2018, they finally got to him in prison. So while this dude was in a wheelchair, they murdered him for being a rat. And they have never found his killer, but yes, they do believe that it was a rival mafia boss for turning people in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Of course.
I mean, whenever you rat, they don't care what condition you in. They
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you're in a wheelchair. I don't care if you got cancer. I don't care what you got. They coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
And-
no-no.
That's the code all the way through.
And that's basically what Penguin told Falcone is like, you won't survive the night in prison.
Right.
Yeah, he would not have.
He wouldn't have.
You know, he wouldn't have.
Especially in Gotham City, no.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't have. So yeah, I thought it was like, oh, okay. I can see that as like,
I was
that
like, one of the
literally,
cops
like,
would've killed
the
him.
same story.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
one of the
'cause
cops probably would've.
he was taking them all down with him, basically,
Yeah.
which is why they were trying to get him in alive.
And a lot of the violence in this movie was inspired by the movie Goodfellas.
Oh, okay.
I can see that.
I can too, because there was some violent fights in here. Like Batman got pretty violent a few times. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Hey, did y'all get a lot of the Batman fights remind you of Arkham?
the
Oh, like the
Asylum.
video game.
Yeah, like when every time he was a fight in the crowd, it just reminded me of Arkham Asylum. Like 1, 2,
Oh yeah, when they
3,
all around you.
boom, 1, 2, 3, and then this is like boom, counter, together.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually,
All right. So now we're talking about the Riddler.
now we can talk about the Riddler.
Okay. Interesting take on Riddler,
yes,
but not bad. Not bad. He is definitely a lot darker than you would expect, and basically he's just killing people, man. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then I like how he still didn't look like, he still kind of looked like, what do you say, like a nerdy? I didn't want to
Yeah.
say nerdy, but he still kind of like looks like that type of person. But he just is
Yes.
off the deep end.
yeah.
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 Yeah, like someone like if you saw him on the street, you wouldn't pay attention to him at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was captured well. I mean, we don't really have a lot of references to the Riddler. I mean, this is only like the second time he's been done in a movie. And the first time you cannot count at all.
Riddle me
Too many questions.
So, like, my only reference for the Riddler is from the cartoon for me. Where he does have, like, although I think the cartoon clues might be more clever than this movie. But, but in the cartoon, he was depicted more of a maybe refined, more like a gentleman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but still
With
kind
his
of.
cane and
Yeah,
and
but
hat.
you can tell, like, dude, crazy for real. Like, in this one, I think they went just full on psychotic, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, like a person that's like that will have some serious mental issues where they get off with playing psychological games with you with riddles and word puzzles.
Yeah, I think a lot of superheroes do this, where their villains are allegories. Is that the right word for it? Allegories of themselves. That might be the wrong word, but like Spider-Man's villains, all his villains are science experiments gone wrong because that's what Spider-Man is. All of Batman's villains have some kind of mental issues because Batman does.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, right? Bruce
That's a good
Wayne has
point.
got some issues,
That's a good point.
and that's the same thing. The Joker, Riddler, except for Mr. Freeze.
Right, he's just tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's some issues. That's why all of his villains go to Arkham,
Right, yeah.
which I thought was interesting in this. Bruce Wayne is in the Arkham family.
Right, I thought, like, that was odd to me. That his mother was an Arkham. Well, that's not something that's true, right? Like, she
I
was.
don't know.
No, her last name is Kane, isn't it?
Yes, it is
yeah,
Kane.
Yeah.
Look at me remembering things. Yeah.
Yes. That's why Batwoman is Batman's cousin.
Oh,
I don't know who
so
Batman
Batwoman's his mom's niece.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How messed up is your family when you leave your kids to the butler and not your sister?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe her mom was dead too. Why did she become Batwoman? That's a good question.
Because Bruce Wayne and Batman went on a hiatus. Nobody know what happened to him, and Gotham was going crazy, and someone needed to defend Gotham,
Where was the
and
dick?
she replaced him.
Yeah, what happened to Dick Grayson?
Bloodhaven.
Okay.
Tim, Jason, Damian,
I don't know.
Somebody.
Barbara.
Everybody, yeah. All
I
this
don't know.
Batman,
But
I
that-
work alone,
but
except
that's-
for all these people.
That's
that I
her
work with.
story on reason on why she became Batman.
Okay, well, I don't know who she is, so whatever.
But yeah, Kane, you are correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I thought that was weird. I'm not sure how I felt about that. It seemed like, did we need it? Like, did she have to be Arkham for her? You know what I mean? Because she
Right.
still could have been, oh, hey, she had these issues and she was secretly going into a mental institution. She didn't have to be related to Arkham.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it was an excuse for her to be rich.
Or so she couldn't just be rich.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't think it takes away from the story. I think it's interesting.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not sure we needed
I
it.
was like, it's different. It's a different take on the story.
I was trying to remember. Is that how the story of the Telltale games go?
I haven't played the Telltale
haven't
game.
played.
I don't think so.
Because remember that girl was mad because it was like basically the same thing, like how his parents weren't as nice and innocent as you thought they were. And it had something to do with Arkham Asylum. Like I think they were sending people there that didn't really need to be there. They was experimenting with people. And maybe she wasn't related to them, but it has something to do with Arkham. Like his family was just messing with people there.
Speaking of, how dumb is Thomas Wayne?
Right? Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to go to this mob boss and ask for help, and you don't think he's going to kill him?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
stupid.
I
And
need
then
you
you
to
can't-
quiet
you can't-
this reporter.
And you can't
Right.
go to a mob boss at all because now you in his pocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be some kind of naive to not think that that's what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
some
if
kind
he,
of death.
even if he
Yeah.
didn't kill him, he's going to be like, you owe me now.
Exactly. Like, you
And when I
cannot-
come to collect, you're going to have to
Yeah, how you going to
give me
go
what
to
I
this
want.
guy for help? Like, you cannot go for them for nothing.
No, you can't.
Just crazy that you even thought that was a good idea.
Yeah,
Honestly,
you may as well be corrupt because I mean he ain't gonna have you do anything that's gonna help the city. No, he's gonna do
Right.
things that's gonna help the mob family.
And
So
then-
now you're basically corrupt.
Yep.
yeah, and then Alfred was like, he did it to protect your mom and to protect you. And I'm like, yo, just own it, right? If Martha got
Yeah.
some issues, Martha got some issues, right? Because Alfred was like, he didn't care about really being mayor.
Right. And I was like, and that was my thought. I'm like, well, if he didn't care about that, then just let the news come out and just
Yeah, just
work
let
with it
come
with
out.
that.
Yeah, like what are they gonna do? It's not like it's gonna make you less rich,
Right.
right? Like
Right.
you're
He was still going to be rich.
You're still gonna be rich. You're still gonna do all this other stuff for the city. So what? They're gonna write newspaper articles about you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It was to protect Martha.
Yeah.
Wait.
So,
How do you know that name?
so inspiration for the Riddler was inspired by the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah,
I
I can see that.
got
Yeah,
that
I
vibe.
got that. I definitely got that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely got that vibe.
So I thought it was cool. I thought some of the clues was kind of cute, like the thumb drive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh,
That
okay,
was
that's
so,
Yeah.
that was so sick,
Batman
man.
got that one right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
URL.
Alfred
That was
solved
good.
the puzzle with his muffin in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, Alfred? He's like, oh, did you figure out this puzzle?
It's a drive. What's a drive? USB?
Oh, the URL was clever too.
Yeah, URL was clever.
All right, it's clever. That was
That was
clever.
clever. I was like, oh, you guys were definitely overthinking this.
Yep.
The first clue was kind of easy though.
The first clue was
Yeah.
super easy.
After the first clue, though, I was like, yeah, I suck at riddles.
Oh, what, the one he was
People,
giving the
I was
guy
like,
the-
people would have been dead. Like, Riddler would have got mad at me, like, bruh.
He would just start giving you answers.
The stuff he was giving the guy with the bomb around his neck was pretty easy.
Yeah, that was
I was
easy.
like,
Yeah, that
I
was
got
easy.
that.
Yeah, I got all of those. That was easy.
Yeah, no, the
I
dude
think-
with the bomb around his neck, he sucked.
Well, because he's like, don't want to tell the truth. Like,
Right.
dude,
Well, yeah, but I think he was counting on that.
They're
though, 'cause
gonna
he's
kill me. I'm like,
that's why
you have a
that's why the
bomb.
clues were so easy.
Well, no, he died because he said if he gives it up, then his family
Oh,
will die.
Because
you
what,
don't-
Falcone's gonna kill the family?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he rather let himself get blown up, and his family's
See,
fine.
he wasn't thinking it through because think about it. You give up Falcone. Falcone is a dead man.
yeah, because he's the rat.
Then that means everyone else is going to be fighting for the top. I don't think they're going to be looking at your family like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if you think that in that moment though.
I mean, I'm probably not, but you know.
Also,
That's
So I
bad
feel like
way to
I
go.
feel like Riddler knew that he wasn't.
yes,
gonna give him
Batman
up.
would have died. He dove toward the bomb.
Batman will have no face.
It's gone. He definitely died.
Yeah,
No, his
no
suit is
face
bomb.
and probably no arm.
Yeah, his suit's bomb proof.
What about the bottom half of his face, though?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
didn't
that's
even
no-
have a
Yeah,
burn.
that's no thing.
Well, he got pushed
But-
back, isn't he? So you don't have to worry about the heat. It's the concussive force, which he still would have died.
You ain't got to worry about burns on your skin?
I was like, he would have had burns on his face.
All right, maybe.
I mean,
It
he was in
exploded.
front of
He
the
was
dude.
standing in right.
Well, the pressure where he pushes him out first.
Dude, they were at kissing distance.
Is it or is it not?
They
hot?
were close.
Okay.
Like, didn't he have his hands on
fine.
Yeah. Yeah. He went to grab
I
his
mean,
shoulder.
if I was Batman, I would have started running. Like,
Yeah, he's
I'm
like,
like,
give up the name. I'm like, bro.
like, as soon as it hit 8 seconds, I'm like, all right, well,
Right, it starts beeping all fast. Like, all
because
right.
it's a combination. I'm like, even if you give up the name, we
yeah,
can't.
you're not getting
Yeah, you don't have enough
the
time.
combination in
Yeah.
time.
So I'm
Nah.
like, sorry, bro. Bye.
I mean, basically.
Yeah. So that's all the characters. I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah,
Movie.
I was worried in the beginning when we were hearing about the movie, with the rumors of like all the characters that was going to be in the movie, and there's a lot of times when we get movies where there's multiple heroes or villains in the movie, it gets where you like to use a lot
bogged down.
convoluted.
Oh, okay.
And I was worried about that. Oh, it's just gonna be too much because trying to get everybody screen time. But I felt like it was well acted and it fit the story. I didn't feel like any character was forced in any of the movie. Where it's like some movies we watch and you're like, we could have did without this character.
Hmm.
All right. So we talked a little bit about the third act. Didn't go into detail, but they lost, right?
Yeah, they
Oh.
definitely lost.
Batman lost in this movie.
So I was gonna
Yes.
say this conversation to the end of it, but we could talk about it now. I like literally, he lost. Like
Yeah.
I was like, did Batman win? But no, he
No,
lost.
no, he
he
lost. Yeah.
He lost.
Because no one knew about the bombs at all.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The bombs just didn't know they had snipers in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like Riddler's plan
How
works.
horrible was that sniper though?
Yeah.
Mayor lady was.
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, bruh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought she was
You-
dead.
Did he just
Yeah.
graze her?
He-
It looked like he just
Yeah,
grazed her.
he just like winged her, and I'm like,
Like, that's it.
Trash.
yeah.
She should be dead.
What? All of you guys shoot them all. Like, why was just the one guy taking a shot? Let all 50 of you shoot at her.
Yeah.
That way you can't miss.
Because I thought she was dead. Because I was like, well, if it's that many, she's not surviving that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good kind of like character growth moment for Batman because he realized being just vengeance isn't good because technically it's like, okay, he inspired the Riddler because he's like, he wanted to take revenge and this was the way he can do it by putting on a mask and then getting all these other people to do that. And
Now, do they ask that person who he is at that moment? I felt like that was just to prove that point.
It was just a proof.
Yeah, because it was just like, who are you?
It was,
I'm
just,
vengeance.
it was just to prove that point. But like, yeah, like Darren said about the character growth, this was more of, even though they definitely lost. and
yes,
the
they
city
don't.
is
Gotham
destroyed
is flooded.
and
like-
it's flooded and everyone died. But
Yeah,
this-
Riddler
This
got all
another-
the way to the end of his thing, meaning he killed everybody he wanted to kill except for Bruce Wayne.
Except for Bruce Wayne.
yeah.
so
And he said that. He was like, I killed everyone, but we failed on getting Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, yeah, this was where Batman realizes, like, because like we was talking about at the beginning of the movie, how he was putting fear into people, but Gotham won't improve unless you give them something to believe in.
Right.
which was what the ending was, which was nice and touching. Oh, he's helping carry people out, and they're no
Yeah.
longer afraid, and blah blah blah. But you lost those, so it goes back to work on your detective skills. You're not a good detective if the villain wins.
I was going to say that's another scene he doesn't survive. That is not that much water in there for him to fall into backwards.
There was a lot of water.
Especially
but
from that
he
far
didn't
up?
walk in it, though.
There was an electrical cord that he was going down on. He cut it, and you
He
can see the
cut
sparks
it.
flying. I'm like, this cat is about to kill himself. Gonna go to the water.
I forgot about the electrical cord. I was just
Well,
like, he
it
don't
wasn't
survive because
electrical
there's not that much
anymore
water.
when he cut it.
Yeah.
Right,
It
that was the
still
reason on why he cut it,
electricity
right?
surging through
What'd you say?
It was still electricity surging through it. Electricity doesn't just stop as soon as you cut the
It would
water.
have been done before it hit the
It
water.
had been done before he hit the water.
it would have
It was-
discharged.
it
It
was-
would have discharged pretty quickly.
Yeah, because he cut it from the power source.
Yeah.
So now it's just a wire.
Yeah, as soon as you cut a wire, it's done. You're not gonna cut it and then still get shocked by it, unless
Yeah, you
it's a
can.
capacitor.
Like, trust, I've done it before.
Was
don't
it
last
still
long,
attached
but
to
it does
something?
not-
Was it still attached to something?
It had to
No.
still be attached to something.
Did it not have anywhere to discharge out?
I'm guessing not, except for into me. I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, I mean, like what you saw in the movie, it discharged into Batman because, like,
Yeah,
you
the
saw
power
it
has
go
to go
around in
somewhere,
suit
yeah.
and stuff because he's holding on to it.
Yeah, but that doesn't feel good.
Oh no!
Well, I'm pretty sure his suit is probably also electric proof too.
Yeah, I would.
Okay,
Agree.
how many proofs are you going to put on the jacket?
Apparently, all of
It's
it.
everything proof.
All of
Yeah,
it.
I don't know. If
Fireproof.
I'm making that suit, I would definitely make it like an insulator. Like I don't want to get
But
electrocuted.
would you think about it? Like, what if I get electrocuted? Like, I'm not sure if you're thinking about that. Like fire,
Tasers.
bullet.
There's a reason to do it. Tasers.
Yeah, but if it's bulletproof, I'm not gonna think, oh, I need to make it extra taser proof.
Well, I mean, also his armor, so he's probably isolated from it anyway.
He's definitely wearing something
Just because
rubber
his
underneath
armor?
it.
Well, I'm saying like the way he has it, he's most likely isolated from it, even if it's not intentional. It's probably not going into his body.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't think.
So
that
we're
it
saying
would.
the bat suit is basically a fireman suit
Yeah, with plates on it, in a bat.
with and a bulletproof vest.
Okay.
Yeah, because firemen they wear their suits and it is conducive to electricity.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, we were saying he may not survive the fall. Maybe not.
I think.
I
he
don't think it
survives
was
the
enough
fall.
water.
He
That water
He
wasn't
back first
swimmable.
anyway, though. I feel like the
Yeah,
more
if he
surface area he
survives
creates, he probably.
Yeah.
That water wasn't even
He
swimmable.
wasn't that high.
What are you talking about? It was waist deep. That's like 3 feet.
I don't know because how tall is that little
I mean,
boy
if
he
he-
saved?
If he dove in
Which I
head
feel
first,
like
he
he's
would have
gonna
hit
be
his head.
If he did the synchronized dive.
Dive in. But I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure he hit the water on his
Y'all
back.
ain't gonna let me have that one. All right.
No, I'm not. You're not getting that. Nope. Sorry.
There's so many other things he shouldn't have survived.
I mean,
I definitely thought he killed himself, though. I'm like, I know he just doing it about to kill himself.
I'm not. Well,
he
obviously
had to
not.
cut the wire so the people
First of
didn't
all,
get
he's under
electrocuted.
contract for 3 movies, so
Yeah, I'm like, you can't just kill yourself.
Oh, so they do
I mean,
have
maybe
this
he
as a
don't-
planned trilogy then.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Okay, if you don't do that, then yeah, I'm hoping that Bruce Wayne evolves, because, I mean,
he has to.
By
got-
the third movie, he's got to be Playboy.
By the second movie,
By
we
the
learned
second
your
movie.
lessons in the first movie. We just skip
Mhm.
all of that, and
yeah, cut your hair. You know what I'm saying? Take a shower.
I mean, that Aaliyah bang over the right side. I'm like, bruh, what is this?
Yeah, it was very gothic.
It's like I wanted to wipe the hair out of his face for him. I'm like, do something with that.
yeah, it was not a good look.
Not at all.
All right. So they did tease, and I guess there's a comic book story with this Riddler and the Joker.
Is that a comic book store?
Yeah, it's something I forgot what it was called. The War of
The
something.
War of Riddles and
Riddles
Jokes,
and
or
Jokes.
Jokes and Riddles.
Something like that.
I do not want to see the Joker.
Yeah, I was like, let's not do it.
That, and I don't know if they plan on having that guy be the Joker in the future or whatever, but I wasn't feeling it.
You couldn't even see who he was, though.
He's the
True.
annoying guy from the Eternals. I hated him in the
yeah.
Eternals. I don't
Druid.
want you to be Joker. Just-
Really?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
He
no,
voiced
no,
the
no,
Joker.
No. No. Just don't do it.
They're gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, he was listed as uncredited prisoner of Arkham.
Unnamed.
Unnamed.
So
Okay.
they could pretend that it's not the Joker. It could be Zaz. You don't know.
No, because
It's the Joker.
it's the Joker because every time
He laughed.
they show the Joker's cell in prison, it always says no name.
Oh,
Because they list you by your legal name.
no. And he doesn't have one.
And he doesn't have a name.
No, that's right. He doesn't have a name.
I think it would be cool if they did. We were talking about Mr. Freeze. Let's do a good Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. would
And
like
I
that.
feel like that would fit the kind of tone of these movies.
Yeah. I would like a good Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would work.
Yeah.
Although I
we don't need
the
everybody.
comic bookiness of him with the freeze gun,
Chill.
is that gonna work with this movie?
It will be different because it is very common. I mean, the guy has an ice gun, but I mean, you might.
You
Still
definitely
got
got to have the ice gun.
Yeah, you
Definitely
can't do.
gotta
You can't do it
stuff
without
like
the ice
You
gun.
gotta have that. So maybe that's why they won't do it. If he wants to be more grounded, then maybe he has to do like the what's it called, the Clock King? Was that guy
Oh,
Oh, the
Clock
clock
King.
King with the
with the clock?
yeah.
isn't there somebody named
Flavor
Calendar
Flav.
Man too?
There is a Calendar Man. I don't know
Yeah,
what
you
he
got
does.
Calendar
What's with your
Man.
villains?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like
Loans,
all the.
loans it ain't condiment man. Then we're cool.
Oh yeah, let's get Condiment Man out here, man. Yes.
Yeah, some of Batman's villains are dumb,
Okay.
but you're right. They all have mental issues.
Yeah. Poison Ivy.
Well,
A good Poison Ivy, yeah.
If we're gonna do Poison Ivy, then
Then you got to bring Catwoman back.
I don't know.
You said
I feel
what?
like you can make the plant thing look less comic booky than a gun that freezes.
Because we were trying to name people who's not so comic booky, and then he names
Poison Ivy would be good because it's like the water and the destroying of the land, and it'd be like, oh well, let's bring back the plants. The plants is better.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Let's not do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't just no. She's so crazy. I would say Two-Face, but we just had Two-Face.
Let's not. No.
Oh yeah,
let's not
this
do
would be the
Two-Face.
third time.
it wasn't really
Yeah.
very stuff. Like it was short lived and it was just okay.
Yeah.
That's
True.
true. True enough. So yeah, we could do Two-Face.
I mean, if we're
again.
gonna stick with like the mob feel of everything.
If you're going with the mob field, then you definitely got
I
to go
mean, we
with
already
Two
have
Face.
an opening for Harvey Dent, anyways, right? The DA's dead.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
then someone comes in and replace him.
and it would be Harvey Dent.
Mm-hmm. Harvey Denter.
That would be good. There's so many villains to choose from now.
I was trying to remember some that weren't so cartoony.
Right.
By the third movie,
Clayface.
can we get a Robin at the end of the movie or something that actually leads
Leads
to
to
a
something?
Robin? We have not had since Batman and Robin.
We have not had a Robin.
We haven't had any good Robins in live action at all.
No, we haven't. It would be nice to get a good Robin.
Yeah.
I think one of the issues with that is like, you know how in the comics Batman don't age?
Uh-huh.
So it's just like, how old is Robin though? Because
Right.
if Robert Pattinson's what, 34 or something?
Mm-hmm.
So is Robin 12? Is he 20?
Y'all know
Well,
you
the
adopt him
only
as a
really
15-year-old
young
or
Robin is Tim Drake and Damian Wayne. The rest of them
No.
were adults.
He did not adopt
something. He
Dick
did
as an
not
adult.
adopt an adult.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He
But
was
I
a
don't
child.
And
think
Jason
he
Todd
wasn't
wasn't an
Robin
adult
right
either.
away. Oh, well.
So,
okay.
well, he was Robin
were
right
teens.
away. And so I just feel like in real life, it's just, you will have to get a grown man.
So you're thinking of Batman Forever, where Robin was a
Chris
30-year-old
O'Neill and he was a 30
getting
year old.
adopted. What's with our movies back then? Why didn't we trust any children into roles?
Because in real life, that is creepy, and they go to Charles.
What, being adopted?
Well,
No, being adopted and then becoming a superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad parenting, but one, don't get someone who's 30 and looks 30. At least let him be 20 or something so you can pretend like he's 16.
I feel like the second movie could do a Robin though, because Robin's parents was killed by the mob. Like you could do the second movie with introducing Robin.
We
and
know
Two-Face.
it could be done. They're not going to do it.
I don't think if they do it, I don't think they're gonna do it in the second movie.
Nah. You can't do it in the second movie.
Okay. So, Flashpoint is gonna redo DC. Are they gonna bring this Batman in as DC Universe Batman?
Sure. I'm never sure what's connected and what's not connected.
You should.
But yeah, why not?
Best Batman they've had in a while.
I mean,
Well, Ben Affleck then never had a solo movie.
Well, Ben Affleck was planning on writing this movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was.
Yeah, and then he backed out. Which I mean, I
So
think
then,
it'd been
yeah,
fine.
then you would have to include this movie in the canon.
I thought it was going to be anyways.
I don't know.
No,
Well,
that
right
was
now
the
it's
question Darren had.
I thought it was. It's not. There's no guarantee on that.
not. I don't think there's a guarantee on that.
Honestly, I believe we said it last week. Batman don't gotta be connected.
You did say that. You know.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, I'm telling you, just
'Cause
But
I
if
have a
you
feeling
do
Flashpoint
Justice
is gonna
League
be
movie,
horrible.
and I do want them to make a good Justice League movie.
But if they did a Justice League movie, it doesn't have to be that Batman. You can literally get any. You know what I mean? Like, give me my Batman movies over here. And if one day decide to do a Justice League movie and they get random
I think
so and
that's
so
what
to
was
be
the case with
Batman,
Ben Affleck, though.
then just do that.
Well, they didn't have a Batman,
Right.
So there's use.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the case with Ben Affleck.
Yeah, like yeah.
They
it
hired
doesn't-
him to be the Batman for Justice League.
I'm fine with that. Look, the movie gonna be trash anyway, so
I don't want it to be.
They
but
they can do like look at this movie. They can make good movies.
they can make good Batman movies.
But this was a different director, though. Matt Reeves.
Yeah. Didn't he do a Marvel movie?
No,
No.
no.
What
I don't
did he-
think
what did
has
he do?
done any superhero.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, Planet of the
Yes.
Apes. Okay.
Yeah, there
All
we
right.
go.
All right. You know what? Yeah. That seems right. Okay. All right. So you got movie facts or
I
nitpicks?
do.
Random movie
Alright,
facts.
let's talk about some casting.
Mhm.
This movie was written with Robert Pattinson in mind. Very interesting. That's like I'm gonna make Batman. It's gonna be him. Very interesting.
Some people do that. Right with an actor in mind.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying right when after like he
Oh,
wrote with
but
that
him
actor.
being him.
Yeah, like I'm looking at him. I don't see Batman, but sure.
Has he been in anything outside of Twilight?
A bunch
Yeah.
of independent stuff.
Yeah, he's been a bunch of stuff. He was in Tenet.
Oh, wow. That movie was that bad.
Wow, I don't think Tenet was that bad.
Tenet wasn't good.
Thank you, Diane.
I thought Tenet was okay. All right, okay. Continue with your
Continue.
random movie facts.
Okay, so if Pattinson didn't work out, they were gonna use Nicholas Hoult, that guy who plays Beast in the X-Men movies.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
He would have had the same
I would-
sickly look as Bruce
They
Wayne.
definitely got the same weird shaped head.
Oh my lord. I would choose Robert Pattinson over Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, that I was like, that was y'all checking. Yeah. I'm not feeling it. Okay,
You know who I would have?
He doesn't seem like a
The actor that plays Magneto.
He's too
Michael
old.
Fassbender,
Fassbender.
something like
He's
that.
too old.
He's an avatar.
Oh lord.
Yeah, he's too old.
I think he has the face for it though.
Oh, you know who got a square jaw? That guy from Eternals.
Oh yeah,
See?
yeah.
That's a square jaw
Icarus?
person. Mhm.
Oh, Icarus.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's more of a
square jaw
Superman type,
people
which
in-
is why they gave him the
He
Superman
is
powers.
more of a Superman.
Yeah.
I just he got a square jaw when y'all was talking about me.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, but the guy who plays the Black Knight, could he be Batman?
Yes,
Black
he could.
Knight.
Yes, he could.
Cersei's boyfriend.
Cersei's, boyfriend. He
tall
wouldn't have
is
had the
he?
beard.
Oh, look up his height.
Okay. Yeah, we'll continue our movie facts while we figure out how tall he is.
Okay. Ana de Armas, or is it Armas, as Catwoman?
Oh wait, I know who that is. I think.
She was the girl in Knives Out, and the spy girl
Oh.
who's needed more screen time in
in
that
James Bond?
Bond. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, I did not even
Man.
realize that she was the girl in Knives Out and James Bond. I thought that was two completely different people. Did not realize that was the same actress.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't. She wouldn't have this Catwoman look. Like they were going for that Batman Year 1, Year 2 Catwoman look.
No, she wouldn't have. I think
She reminds me more of the one from the Dark Knight series.
she
Anne
looks
Hathaway?
too nice. Like I like Catwoman with a little bit of an edge. Like this one, she looks like just nice and innocent, and I don't think that's who Catwoman is.
No. Yeah.
But before this, Zoe Kravitz looked nice and innocent.
No, does she though? 'Cause, like I feel like, I mean, like the look on her face, I don't think she looks nice and innocent to me. She kind of looks
Zoe
like,
Kravitz has played some not good people. in
yeah, I feel
movies.
like she has a look like just don't mess with me, and
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of look like walking down the street is just like I'm not about to harass this person.
Okay.
That was why I think Michelle Pfeiffer did a good job as Catwoman.
Yes.
I would still put that down as my best Catwoman.
Yes, I like Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Okay, so we covered some of my random movie facts in here. Yeah, so we talked about how Ben Affleck was originally going to do the script. He actually had like a beginning script, which Matt Reeves said he did like, but he wanted to go with more of a darker noir theme for it, which is why he didn't go with
Ben Affleck can write movies, so I wouldn't have doubted.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck movie would have featured Deathstroke.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Now that,
That
Now
would be
that's
good for
a
number two.
Yeah, you could do
He
it. That's
villain. Yeah.
yeah,
Or do you save it for the Titans? Slade.
don't see, yeah, no, like we were like,
Titans go.
With their superpowers, they unite. Teen Titans go. Oh, sorry. All right.
so we brought up how we were saying how like we could get more out of the Penguin. So apparently a spinoff has already been confirmed for the Penguin on HBO following his rise to power in
I'm
Gotham.
watching it.
Ah.
I'm
And it's still
watching
going to be
it. It's a
Colin
mob
Farrell?
show.
Yes.
It's a mob show. I'm watching
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
they said it
And it's
will-
on HBO Max. It's going to be good.
Yes, that says will be like Scarface.
Oh, it's going to be good.
it. We talking about it?
Yeah, we talking about
Oh,
it.
yeah, we talking about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
On 3D Rivals, let's go.
Yeah, we're
That's going
talking
to be
about
good.
it. So then another spinoff, which has not yet been confirmed, but the rumors are out there that they're going to do one surrounding the Gotham police force.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. So that's basically Gordon's rise to commissioner, maybe?
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's going to show his wife
and
and him cheating on his wife.
and Essen. Please, let's skip that part.
Lord.
You know they're gonna put that in there.
Let's skip it.
Yeah, because he has to have his son.
They're not gonna skip it.
And then Barbara.
We don't know where Barbara came from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who's
That's what I was
Barbara's
supposed to be
mom?
telling y'all this
I don't
week.
know who Barbara's mother is.
Right, that's what I was supposed
It's
to be
Bruce
telling
Wayne.
you. Oh, wow. It's Martha Wayne.
Okay, nitpicks?
Okay. I don't know. I might have said all of mine, really.
We mentioned some of them. I just like one, if he's bulletproof, please stop shooting him. All the people that
I mean,
died
they
in
do
his,
the same with Superman. Everybody knows Superman's bulletproof. Yet
yeah,
they always
still shoot him.
yeah,
Like,
he's a man of
Bruh.
steel, but they still shoot
Yeah.
him.
just like
I mean, with
It's just-
Batman, I'll give you a slight pass, I guess. But with Superman, it's like, why?
Come on.
Why did you even discharge your weapon?
yeah. Okay. Batman gets blown up. He is unconscious. At least they did that. Why didn't the cops take his mask off? Like, you took him all the way from that church to the police station in a holding cell, and for some reason there's 50 people in the cell with you. And like at no point in time did they take this guy's mask
I
off.
was hoping they did the whole Sparky thing when he tried to take his mask off.
And it shocks them.
Mm-hmm.
I was just
Right.
like, doesn't make any sense. That's like the first thing they're going to do.
Of course, but I mean, why do villains monologue? It's the same thing.
I guess still. Okay.
Yeah, good song.
My last one. And it's not really a nitpick. It's more of a question that maybe I don't remember what happened in the movie. How did they end up at the diner to capture the Riddler? Like, what clue led them to that diner to him?
Oh, someone called in.
The lady said that she saw him, the guy run. She was like,
Okay.
"Oh yeah, he's sitting at the diner right now." So they was like, "All right, let's go get him." And then
Okay.
they, crept up on him.
Okay, so I didn't miss anything. So here's where my nitpick is. Does this make sense? So this entire time they were saying if we find the rat, we'll find out who's doing all of these killings. How was finding out that Falcone was the rat help Batman find the Riddler?
It didn't, because he like the trick was Riddler wanted to kill Falcone, and that's why he said bring him into the light. They thought because they were following the riddles, they thought like, okay, since he's the rat, he can tell us who this guy is. But it didn't get to that point because the Riddler just wanted him to bring him out so he
Okay,
can shoot
so
him.
at no point did the Riddler's clue say you solve this puzzle and then you can find me.
No.
Okay, because I was just like, I'm thinking like, doesn't make any sense because you found Falcone, but you still have no clue who the Riddler is. It doesn't lead you to the Riddler at all because the Riddler had no personal connection to Falcone.
Yeah, they were thinking that like from the riddles, like,
Okay.
okay, if we figure out who this guy is, then
All right, okay. I was just like, that don't make any sense. So Batman was just being dumb.
yeah, they weren't
Okay,
the best.
yeah,
of
and also
detectives.
like, hey, penguins fly. What if they?
Well, I was like, how come Bat wasn't your first thought? I get pigeon, I get
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it was like a rat with wings. I'm like, a bat?
A
a bat.
Like, dude. And then, like, when
That
it
was
took
easy.
forever to realize the target was Bruce Wayne, I was like, Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get that off rip before even going to the orphanage.
Yeah, like, I don't know why.
I was like,
Because
so
he was
you
like,
had to go to the orphanage to figure out that it was you.
exactly. I was like,
aren't you an orphan?
You're an orphan.
And isn't this your parents' old orphanage?
Slow. You could have saved Alfred.
Yeah.
Just, boy.
How do you mail C4?
Only in movies.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think that makes it through.
You're not mailing C4 in real life.
Yeah,
Maybe the post office
The
in
letter
Gotham is
did
also
say for
corrupt.
Batman's
Okay.
eyes only. Like, why did Alfred open it? Like,
You're like, why
Batman-
did Alfred open it?
Because he opens all his mail.
It said for the Batman. There's a psychotic killer out there. Why are you
Right.
opening
yeah.
this?
When you saw that, you should have, because you already knew, because you've been through a couple of riddles with Bruce already.
Maybe
so
he thought it was just going to be another riddle.
You don't open
yeah,
it.
but
He
of these
solved all the other riddles
had-
for him.
And
Like,
Batman
yeah.
opened it with his bats. Oh wait, no, he probably would have been Bruce Wayne. I was like, if he has his bat suit on, which is proof of everything, he would have
I
been fine.
don't know.
He
Send it,
would.
send it through the Bat Ray or something, and just like, come on.
I'm also going to go on record to say that Alfred is dead.
Yes.
Yeah,
He does not survive that. It
He
was
threw it away.
in
He
his
threw it.
hand.
He threw it.
he
Oh,
didn't have
right.
a bat suit on.
He did.
He did
threw
throw
it.
it a little bit, but
He did throw
he
it.
didn't have a bat suit. He didn't have a bat
He did
suit.
not have on a bat suit.
Look, everyone survives bombs in movies, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And you
bombs
can
aren't
always
that bad.
and you can always jump through glass.
Because it won't cut you up.
No, you probably.
Or it will always break.
I was like, the glass is probably
Won't knock you down. Like, you know how much force you got to throw through glass to break it?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So then, are we rating?
Yes.
I was on the fence about this because of how long the movie is, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it an I'll pay for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's next?
Wash
Me?
my folding clothes for me.
I would go with I pay for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd pay for that too.
Okay.
I mean, I like the movie. I can't say that I didn't like it.
All right. So that's our rating there. For
3D Rivals. The Batman.
If you
I'll
haven't
pay
seen
for
it, I would definitely say go see it. I think this is a good start as far as Batman movies go. I think it's better than Batman Begins. Not better than The Dark Knight, though.
No,
No.
No, that's
But
true.
this is a decent Batman movie.
it is. Mask of the Phantasm is still the best Batman movie.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of animated. But
Mask of the
Chucky
Phantasm
Saw.
is the best Batman movie.
yo, we did a
Your
live action
angel.
Mouse of the Phantasm.
Your
They could
angel
do
of
that.
Death
They
awaits.
could do that.
They could.
You gotta establish Andrea first.
True.
You establish her in the movie.
So you shouldn't just do Batman Mask
Oh
of the
wait,
Phantasm.
we got a flashback with him being happy. This Batman doesn't seem like
This
he was
Batman
ever
was never
happy.
happy. And then you need a Joker, and I do not want the Joker.
Well,
Oh,
you
yeah,
could
you
use
definitely
somebody
need the
else.
Joker.
You don't have to do Joker.
True.
It could be the Penguin. The Penguin is in a mob.
Yeah.
So replace the Penguin with the Joker. Okay.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, but yes, if you liked the Batman movie or didn't, let us know in the comment section below. We definitely want to hear what you thought. Also, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, make sure you leave a rating and a review. With that being said, thank you so much for listening. Peace out.